What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome to Super LX Views presented by Views from the 22. I am Mo Schefter, and these are going to be 5 videos breaking down each position group as we head into Super Bowl 60 this Sunday in Santa Clara, California. Patriots versus Seahawks. Let's dive into it. Let's get into it. The first position group that I will be breaking down is the Seattle Seahawks secondary. In my opinion, they are the driving force behind the success of this defense. They go as they go. When this Seahawks defense is jamming and gelling, it's because this secondary is jamming and gelling, and they do a lot of jamming and gelling. Let's break them down individually and then collectively what they do best. The first corner that we are going to discuss is number 21, Devon Witherspoon. Now, typically, he is going to be their slot corner. Typically, he's going to match up with whoever is perceived to be the opposing team's best route runner. I also believe he is overall their best cover corner, and he's got tremendous football IQ. In my opinion, the reason McDonald and this Seahawks defense is able to run such a free form of defense is because of how much they rely on Devon Witherspoon to just handle his business and let everybody else do things around them as a unison. The second corner we got to discuss is number 29, Jobe. And to me, he is elite in a phone booth. He's got elite eyes, elite hips, elite movement, and more than anything, he's got an elite ability to recognize the patterns and the route combinations that the offense is trying to attack them with. There are times on film where you will see him start in a man-based concept, but he will recognize the route combinations, and also he knows what everybody else around him from his teammates are doing and will adjust accordingly in the middle of the play. Now, that's what pattern reading is, but the way he does it is exceptional. It's at an elite level. He's consistent with it, and he's really, really good at closing in on a ball in the air and forcing a receiver who might be originally open to make a tight contested catch. The third corner we got to discuss is number 3, Nick Emmanwori. And to me, this guy is just tremendous. The things he shows on film is elite. It's exceptional. To me, he is a hybrid between Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, and Seahawks legendary safety, Mr. Bam Bam Cam Chancellor. The things that Nick Emmanwori is able to do, the way he's been able to be so versatile in both the passing game and the run game is truly unique. In the run game, there are moments on third down and short situations where they will rely on him to be the force defender and set the edge. Now, there's not too many safeties in the history of the National Football League that are capable of doing these things. But because of his length, because of his physicality, because of his strength, and because of just his pure willingness to sacrifice his body, they're comfortable doing that. He's active in the run game. He's physical in the run game. He's active in passing game. He's physical in the passing game. He does everything exceptionally well. And for a Seattle defense that struggles versus tight ends, the reason they struggle is because of the other 2 safeties we are going to discuss. So to me, if I'm Seattle, I am finding a way to ensure that on money down situations, Nick Emmanwori is either manned up on the tight end or manned up on the running back, and it can't be no other way. The fourth secondary player we got to discuss is safety JulIan Love. And I'm just going to keep this so quick on JulIan Love. Love lies in the eyes. And when it comes to reading a quarterback's eyes, there is nobody better, in my humble opinion, than JulIan Love. He is the safety lid for this secondary, and a big part of why this Seattle defense does not give up a lot of explosive passing plays. They are second in yards per passing play, and he's a big reason why. The fifth secondary player we got to discuss is number 8, Coby Bryant. And simply put, with him, he is the lid to this run game. There are situations on film where you will see the opposing offensive line win at the line of scrimmage, create the blocks, create the holes, create the alleys for the running back to run through. And it would look like a running back has 10 to 15 yards before anybody can tackle him. But Mr. Coby Bryant, because of his ability and his aggression, and again, his willingness to drive down and meet the ball carrier at the point of attack, is to me the number one reason why the Seahawks defense allows the fewest explosive run-in plays. So these two safeties, while they're vulnerable to covering tight ends, they are the lids, they are the caps to an incredible defense. The last set corner we got to talk about is number 27, Riq Woolen. And as the great Dr. Lee once said, one band, one sound, we are only as strong as our weakest link. And Riq, respectfully, is the weakest link in this secondary. To me, the pro comparison to him is Brandon Browner. And that's good news and bad news. The good news, he's tall, he's physical, he's good at jamming receivers at the line of scrimmage. And if the opposing team has a tall, physical receiver, boom, here's our neutralizer. The weaknesses, you get him out in space, covering shiftier receivers on deeper routes, on intermediate routes, on quick short slants, then you might have an issue. But more importantly than that, and this, I believe, needs to be the number one priority for Riq Woolen, he's got to control his emotions. What we saw in the NFC Championship game was not the first time that they made a play on third down to get the offense off the field, and he had an unnecessary taunting penalty that extended the drive. That was not the first time this year that has happened, and that cannot happen in a game of this magnitude. And just full disclosure, if by any chance, Riq, you watching this, the Patriots wide receivers are instigators. And it's no surprise because Mike Vrabel, their head coach, was the biggest instigator, and he has passed that on to his football team. So he's got to control his emotions because, in my opinion, the things that he does well provides a lot of value for a matchup like this where Seattle has to do some things that are not in their normal tendencies, i.e. blitz a little more, i.e. play a little more man coverage. So hopefully Mr. Riq Woolen can control his emotions because that's going to be a pivotal part in getting the Patriots offense off the football field.